I remember watching a lot of gaming content when I was a kid, and ProJared was one of them. ProJared did a lot of game reviews on retro games. Even though I wasn't from that generation, he made me feel a part of it. ProJared used to be a YouTuber that I watched as a child, along with the rest of the Game Grumps. He was one of the original content creators on YouTube, and he has been here for almost a decade, and this helped him achieve 1 million subscribers. Oh, wait. ProJared messed this all up on May 8th, 2019. More than 100,000 subscribers lost, 5K followers on Twitch, 15K followers on Twitter, and for what? All in the span of 24 hours. How could this have happened? Who is ProJared? And to understand what happened to him, we have to know who we're dealing with. ProJared got his start on a channel called Screw Attack, and it's also a website. And this was back in the day when people actually went to individual websites like Machinima and Screw Attack, but he got his start on Screw Attack where he hosted a show called Hard News. Then he went over to Game Grumps where he did gameplay videos. Then he decided to make his own channel doing gaming reviews. And all this is very important because there's not a single scandal in sight. But on May 8th, 2019, this all came to an end. ProJared tweets out, "My wife Heidi and I have filed for divorce. I know this may come as a surprise and upsetting for many of you, but know that we do this so we may both seek happiness for ourselves. During this time, you may see a lot of rumors and speculations and gossip going around. I ask that you make your own observations and come to your own conclusions. I will add that this decision was reached after extensive individual therapy on my part and couple therapy together. With that said, this is all I plan on stating publicly regarding the matter. Heidi's privacy, mental well-being, and discretion has always been and will remain my highest priority through all of this. It is my hope that we both exit this marriage with style and grace. I plan on continuing to do everything I can on my part to make this happen. Thank you for your understanding, patience, kindness, and respect for our privacy." Divorce is a pretty common thing in the United States, being that over 50% of marriages end in a divorce. But this was no average divorce. This was far from it. After the statement was released, there wasn't too much support for Jared, except for this one person that replied, and her name was Holly. She states, "I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm here for you if you need me. And if you don't know, this is the person that he's cheating on his wife with. And it's completely disgusting that she's still posting on this post and acting like nothing happened. Like this is just a game. Like adultery, like cheating is just a game, and it doesn't make any sense." If you don't know who Holly is, she's the granddaughter of the legendary Disney animator Doris Lansford. He worked on movies like Aladdin back in 1992. She also has her own YouTube channel with 200,000 subscribers, her own clothing store, and she also is the ex of Ross from the Game Grumps. Then Heidi, ProJared's wife, responds with this: "I recently learned that my husband ProJared has been Holly Connered behind my back for months. I have no idea what announcement he just made because he blocked me. I have proof, explicit conversations and photographs of their relationship, which he extensively lied to me about on so many occasions. He was promising me that he was committed to our relationship at the time and promising her he was breaking up with me. He went so far as to blame me for being suspicious and making him feel like a bad person by questioning his loyalty. He gaslit me for months, insisting that he had the bare minimum interactions with her and didn't even like her. Meanwhile, they were having sex. Jared tried very, very hard to make me feel responsible for everything that's gone wrong in our relationship. He technically broke up with me in February, insisting that the only thing wrong with our marriage was me, insisting that he had tried to make things work. He was unable to confess to his infidelity, even when presented with proof. He squirmed in denial until the last minute, getting angry and defensive instead of apologetic. I believe he has compartmentalized his feelings/memories to suppress the guilt. He's very convincing. I have spent the last year in near isolation, ostracized from Jared's friend group because he made it clear to me that I was not welcome around them. Even when we were still together, he had to keep me separated to keep up his lies. He told his friends a version of events that omits his infidelity and portrays me as an aggressive and unreasonable person, as although I'm randomly angry and upset all the time for no reason at all. It's because he's abusing me. His statement is nothing more than an attempt to silence me before I can reveal anything. I gave him the opportunity to make the statement about his infidelity before I did. I told him it would be less embarrassing for him if he was honest with his own friends first. He declined. I'm honestly shocked that he posted this today because it's so blatantly selfish. This isn't a mutual statement in any way. I did tell him that I wouldn't sign an NDA regarding his behavior. I suffered enough to sell him my dignity too. He blocked everyone I know. Honestly, you look very ashamed and insecure in all those nudes you sent my husband. I think it would help your chronic self-esteem issue if you started men that weren't already married. Custody of our cat Aries was never in question. Aries actually made his own decision about this. The night I left Jared's bedroom, Aries leapt off the bed and trotted after me, never looked back. Peanut Butter Gamer, one of Jared's friends, also had something to state on the matter. He says, "This ain't it, Chief," replying to one of Heidi's threads. She replies with, He says, "Don't you think this is a bad idea?" She responds with, "No, it's the truth I lived through. Jared abused me, gaslit me, and lied to everyone else about it, including his therapist. I'm not going to hide that for his reputation." ProJared also has a private Snapchat and Tumblr where he solicits nudes from his fans, and if you're a person of power, I don't know why you would take advantage of your fans. And there's some tweets and there's some evidence out there where there's 50 different pictures of and it's not the same one. There's over 50 different examples, or that might be an over exaggeration, but there's a lot out there, and it's pretty insane just to know how many people he has been out there just soliciting pictures from and just trading them in, and it just doesn't make any sense. And he also has solicited some from a minor. Here is a tweet from a 16-year-old, and this could actually warrant him to be going to jail because he is soliciting nudes from a minor. And this is where I'm gonna have to draw the line. None of this is okay. Cheating on your life, adultery is not okay, and especially taking advantage of minors. And there is definitely a chance that there's different laws of consent. If they're 16, then there's different areas where the countries have different laws of consent, but in general, you really shouldn't be messing around with a 16-year-old anyway. It just doesn't make any sense. This is where he's definitely in the wrong. An NDA, if you guys don't know, is a non-disclosure agreement, and this is basically going to have it where she can't release any information about the situation. And this is basically trying to silence her, and this is what he is trying to do. He's trying to state that he's a public figure and he doesn't want any of this information getting out, but he's definitely in the wrong. And I think she's definitely in the right for not signing that NDA, because we would have never heard of this situation if she signed it and she just stayed silent about this whole situation. And this was definitely an abusive relationship, and I feel like ProJared should be completely canceled. And I'm not really too big of a fan of cancel culture, but this guy is still going on. Like, he still tweets out normal things. Like, it's actually insane how this guy just completely ignored the situation. He hasn't really thought about it at all. He hasn't really stated an apology at the time of recording this video. After the tweet about the divorce, he actually goes ahead and posts normal tweets like nothing happened. He posts, "I won't be able to make it to the descent this year, but I hope everyone attending has a great time." Is this some alternate reality? Like, what's going on here? Like, this guy, I feel like he's just lost grip of reality. Like, he just doesn't know when to stop, and it seems like he hasn't realized the full effect. He's lost 100,000 subscribers by this point. This is May 10th that he tweeted this out, and he posted that original tweet on May 8th. So it just doesn't make any sense to me how he is still going on posting normal things. Like, this is nothing. Like, it's completely just normal. Like, everything, like, this is nothing. 100,000 subscribers, that's nothing. Nothing's going on. Nothing. He actually has been demoted on his own Reddit. So the ProJared subreddit has been he's been demoted, and it's completely turned into a roast session about him, talking about how he's a terrible person. He also lost his verification check on Twitter, and this is the end of his career. It doesn't seem like he's going to be able to come back, and I think this is actually really good. This is someone that has built up a fan base ever since around the late 2000s, and it's pretty insane to see them fall, because he started on Screw Attack, an actual website. He was actually hosting stuff. He was a video editor, I believed, over there, and it's ridiculous how he has taken advantage of fans and how he cheated on his wife just for someone else, another influencer, another cosplayer. And like, it's definitely a downgrade. Like, just look at this picture on screen. This is definitely a downgrade from his wife. His wife was actually gorgeous, but he actually downgraded. Like, I just don't understand. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know what to make of the situation. Isolation is never good. You feel like you can't talk to anyone. You feel alone, trapped. And this was the situation that Heidi was in. But the problem with this is she was trapped by ProJared, a pro manipulator. And it seems like what happened here was he manipulated his way to control her, and finally she broke free. And this is definitely not good in relationships, because if you have isolation and you're hiding things, it's only going to lead to disaster. NormalBoots, the collective that ProJared is under, even have came forward with allegations of inappropriate conduct between ProJared, and we don't know exactly what is going on with these allegations. They're just allegations at the moment, and it seems not too good for Jared, but I'm really confused why it took a month for these allegations to come forward just at the right time, and it seems kind of coincidental that they released it just now. I'm not too sure. They said they had to hit up their legal team, and I'm just really confused. Why did it just come out right now when the allegations came out? But I think it's definitely good that we know this information now, that he's been doing this for quite a bit now, and it's pretty ridiculous that he hasn't been caught yet. When Peanut Butter Gamers stuck up for ProJared, I was really confused because this is the same person that denounced JonTron when he was going through some similar allegations. Well, not exactly similar. They're along the lines of racism, and it was all over the media back in 2017. And I was really confused because this is the same person that denounced him, but actually they're friends with ProJared, so it seems like they actually have some double standards in that group. And I think ProJared did some way worse things. He's definitely canceled, but JonTron is still around making videos like Flex Tape and Flex Tape 2. And I think this is just a minor point to bring up, but it's kind of weird. I find it extremely strange that he just denounces one person, but he sticks up for another person. So it doesn't really matter, but it seems like he's still losing subscribers off of these tweets that he's made, and he's lost about 10,000, I believe. I'm not too sure as of this video, but he's under 2 million. He used to be at 2 million subscribers, now he's not. So everybody's getting unsubscribed from. So my general conclusion to this situation is that ProJared is canceled, and that's just not me saying it. It's just the stats. He's lost over 100K on YouTube, and that is a lot. 100,000 subscribers in 24 hours, gaining that is pretty insane. That's something that probably only PewDiePie could do when it was T-Series versus PewDiePie, but 100K losing it, that is a new record for losing subscribers, and he's just officially canceled. Cheating in any way is just not right, and especially if you cheat on your significant other, it just doesn't make any sense because you did your vows, and it seems like you could have just got a divorce. Cheating is just a weak way to just get a quick fix, and it just doesn't make any sense. And for Peanut Butter Gamer, I feel like he wasn't that bad. I feel like he was trying to defend the situation, but there's nothing to defend here. Your friend is in the wrong. And if one of my friends were in the wrong, I would just denounce them right away. And it seems like he was really trying, but it just wasn't working, and it got him a lot of hate. And for the last thing, there's a lot of foreshadowing videos, and they're really great, where it's like, I dated my friend, and ironically, Holly was Heidi's best friend, so that's kind of ironic, actually, some of his old titles, and I'm gonna play some of the videos that are foreshadowing right now.
That's why my final rating for this is a broken marriage out of 10.
So that's gonna wrap up the video. So if you guys like content like this, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button. Make sure to go ahead and like the video. Also consider commenting down in the comment section below. I love starting a conversation, and I hope to see you guys next time on the next video. Bye.